everybody get money, right?
But the one to eat.
Lame dude.
1, 2, fit, make the block jump. The block jump. Call them thunder with the wrist, make the pot jump. Pot jump. C550, make the lot jump. They full of sweet Mickey, nigga, boss some. Blow that shit, 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 blow that shit. Them rings and things you singing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell with a Mac 12 in your mouth. Blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit. Them rings and things you singing about, bring them out. It's hard to fail with a digi scale on the couch, nigga.
Secret agendas, I sit amongst my members involved. And like guards, we dialogue over dinners and carve. Closed curtains, expose no person. Privacy's a part of the weed, globally merging. Conversing, speaking on physics, do analytics. Stand frigid, double my digits and I ran with it. Out of the skillet to a fly, high rise, exquisite luxury view, Central Park exhibit. Fuck a critic, switching lanes is my claims to fame. So my mishaps with the raps, y'all can blame the gang. Still it's the slang mixed with rhythms and mysticism. Being the visas, the women's dig 'em and killers pick 'em. I'm still in wisdom. Fight wrongs, I enlighten reform. Scribe a scripture like a picture, send a kite through the storm. Let's get it on for what I'm repping, no misconceptions, I'm imperfection. From Brooklyn Bridge, got a sign from Big, he sent us blessings.
1, 2, fit, make the block jump. The block jump. Call them thunder with the wrist, make the pot jump. C550, make the lot jump. They be full of sweet Mickey, nigga, boss some. Blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit. Them rings and things you singing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell with a Mac 12 in your mouth. Blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit. Them rings and things you singing about, bring them out. It's hard to fail with a digi scale on the killing with kings. Emerald stones just chillin' my ring. He did his time, got his respect just cause the nigga ain't sing. Sometimes they turn into the quiet. Interrogation room feeling like fire. No Cuban links, now we got on the wire. Learn my wisdom from the wise, I paid homage. Respect to those before me, to be honest, this era been kinda boring. One of the yachts since the naughty shorts, bucket matching, smoking backwards. Run up in the precinct screaming, fuck the captain. Adolescent years, I Metro bust Manhattan. Luck was backwards, anything I touched was tragic. Barely graduated, just did enough to pass it. From afar, I saw a rolling, now it's Audemars. No when it's really smoke, it's hard to call it off. Fragrance of cigars straight from Havana. Condo in Atlanta, smoking, watching reruns of Fred Sanford. Smelling candles, my man showed me how to scam. I told my man that's very clever. He got the Benz from next year, that shit had cranberry leather. If we never spoke again, we sold grams to live better. Bad transmission in that cheddar, our plug was from Venezuela. Raised by fellas that wanted you dead if you thought about telling. Morally it's incorrect, mental twisted, that's why we sell it. Word. 1, 2, fit, make the block jump. The block jump. Couple thunder with the wrist, make the pot jump. C550, make the lot jump. Table full of sweet Mickey, nigga, boss some. Blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit. Them rings and things you singing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell with a Mac 12 in your mouth. Blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit, blow that shit. Them rings and things you singing about, bring them out. It's hard to fail with a digi scale on the couch, nigga.